Welcome to another episode of the A-List Movie Club. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop. And with me tonight, as always, are Dominic and John. How's it going tonight, guys?
Good.
All right, and of course, this is the show where each week one of us will pick a different movie for the others to check out. And this time it was John's turn. John, why don't you tell us a little bit about your pick this week?
I picked the Monkees movie Head. Yeah, it's a strange little movie.
You can say that again.
I'm a huge Monkey. I'm a huge Monkees fan. I've probably seen this thing a million times. I didn't even have to watch it for this. Yeah, I have it on VHS. I have it on DVD. I have the soundtrack on vinyl and CD and cassette. Yeah, I'm a fan. I picked it because I knew it was sort of like, I don't know what you want to say, like Halloween 3 and Killer Clowns. I knew it was going to be bad, so I thought it'd be interesting to see what you guys think.
Well, I'm glad that you think that way. Normally we do a synopsis, but it's not really needed with this movie because we don't even know what to say. So let's get right into the review, shall we?
Dom, you said you always wanted to see it. Are you regretting that?
You know what? I thought this movie was brilliant. I mean, in 1960, when this was going on, this was a time of upheaval in the United States with just you're 5 years removed from Kennedy's assassination. Robert Kennedy gets assassinated. You're the heart of the Vietnam War, and all that stuff is going on. And they at the beginning they do a incredible social commentary on the world. I can't keep this up. This movie.
I was like, are we in a different world here?
John, I'm like you. I've loved the Monkees. I've seen them in concert. I got a lot of their stuff. I've got a lot of their stuff on vinyl. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. This movie was horrible. It was horrible. At the beginning, I thought this might be kind of okay when they did the stuff with the war and stuff like that. I thought, okay, this might be like a social commentary type of thing at the time, but it just disintegrated into a load of fucking yak shit. That's the only thing I could say about it. In fact, if I ever met Mickey Dolenz and Mike Nesmith now, I'd have to slap them. Just movie. I mean, oh man, it was.
I met Mickey. We didn't talk about this movie.
No.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
I would love to meet Mickey. He was always my favorite Monkee.
Me too.
Yeah, I think he's got a incredibly underrated voice. But I don't know. I didn't get it. I thought the songs were pretty weak, except for the Porpoise song, which was the theme from it. I like that, but I thought the songs were kind of weak. I don't know. I think they all their whole series they made Peter seem like the dumbass, and then in this movie suddenly somehow he gets enlightened and I don't know. It just no straight up bullshit movie. Sorry.
No, don't apologize. Like I told you in a text message, I never said it was great.
See, I thought you loved this
my
movie.
top 20, trust me.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh my god.
I mean, I like it because I like. Oh no! I like it because I like the Monkees, but it's not like, it's not The Godfather. It's not, I get it.
I mean, I was really looking forward to seeing it too. I really was. I I wish I could get that hour and 25 minutes back of my life.
Well, the original cut was 2 hours.
Oh, Jesus.
And, yeah. And the studio made him cut it. And we're all the better for it.
Yeah.
Were people actually jumping off of bridges because of it?
Okay, Johnny, you go.
Well, I don't know. I know it's a bad movie. It really is. Many times I've watched it, I still have no idea what the hell is going on in this movie.
I know.
The plot is that there is no plot, I guess. From what I know, because I've being a fan, I read a lot of stuff. The four Monkees, the Bob Rafelson, Bert Schneider, the director, producer, and Jack Nicholson. Yes, that Jack Nicholson.
Yep.
All sitting in a room, smoking pot, the tape recorder rolling, tossing out ideas. Like, oh, cool! We should have a war scene. Oh, we should have a scene where we're stuck inside a black box. Let's do that. Yeah, let's jump off a bridge. And instead of just making sense of it when they were sober, they went, let's just put all that shit in. And that's what they did. Mickey has said years later that the right thing to do would have been to make a 2-hour episode of the show.
Mm-hmm.
That would have done better. Would have had a plot, something that made sense. Yeah, it's all over the place. It really is. And as much as I love the Monkees, you could have put any 4 guys in here, and it wouldn't have made a difference.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
I mean, did you guys see any of the trailers for the movie?
No.
Back in the 60s, the advertising was a guy's face and just the word head. That's all. No mention of the Monkees, no mention of what the movie's about. Yeah, look it up on YouTube. It's weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, when we get to my trivia, I can explain why that is. But
yeah.
yeah, it's odd. It's out there. It's like a stream of consciousness kind of thing, I guess.
John, since you're a big fan of the Monkees, did you know that the Monkees and the Beatles got together and got really stoned together?
Yeah.
And in that song that Randy Scouse Get, I think it would have, where he says the four kings of EMI are sitting stately on the floor. And that's referencing the Beatles because they were on the EMI record label at that time.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
John Lennon said he got it. He got the Monkees. He thought they were funny. He thought they were like the Marx Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the show. I have that on DVD too.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch that for 2 hours.
Yeah.
For sure. All right.
What do you think?
So I'm a casual fan of the Monkees. I know a lot of their hits and like them. I've actually never seen the show, I don't think. It was never on really on Nick at Night or anything when I was growing up, so I just sort of missed out on that. This movie has become a cult classic over the years, and it has its fans. I was on YouTube and was researching some videos about it to see what other people were saying, and there's some people, this is a masterpiece,
you froze.
this and that. And I'm just like, maybe they possibly just had a lobotomy. I don't know.
Yeah, like Rocky Horror. It's kind of like a midnight.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. People are trying to say things about their careers, like they're forced into doing commercials and messages about their record labels. It just does it in a very odd way that feels like it's a fever dream. And honestly, this is something that I really didn't care to crack the codes of what's being said. Like, oh, this is deep, man. As soon as it started, I said to Dominic, I said, oh no, this is going to be a trippy movie, isn't it? Because I mostly hate trippy movies. And this yeah totally had no real plot. I like Dominic said I could get behind the Vietnam scene. Got that they were trying to give a message about that, but so what I thought was, I know you were saying about them sitting in a room and just throwing stuff out. It in the movie they have channels turning. To me, it almost felt like the script was written by flipping stations and writing down everything that was on the TV. So it's kind of close to what I thought. Spoofing the different genres like Western boxing movies, and then just randomly running through the set and onto another one. It's like, what? I thought the comedy was weird. I wasn't sure if things were meant to be funny at times or if I was unintentionally laughing. Like when the crowd turns and jumps on the stage and it's an obvious mannequin head. I was like, okay. But I will say I was in tears in the Vietnam scene when that football player shows up out of nowhere. I was like, what the hell? That was sort of like the first time I was like, okay, it's going to be a weird ass movie like this then. And the other time I really laughed was when the giant man shows up out of nowhere. When they like shoot a cannon and then this like Jolly Green Giant shows up. I thought the songs were very different. Definitely none of like the known hits here, like I'm a Believer or anything. They were okay. It's only 85 minutes, but I sort of felt like I lost a year of my life. It's something that definitely isn't my wheelhouse. Not my type of movies that are like trippy and acid trips and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it was a movie.
It's definitely something you can only have to watch once.
Yeah.
If someone brings it up, you're like, oh yeah, I saw that. Well, some stuff I know. Each monkey has their own individual scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like Peters is the one in the black box where he's sort of like a Harry Krishna guy giving out advice.
Mm-hmm.
I think Davies is the boxing one. Each have like their own individual scene. And then Mickey's is the Coke machine on the desert, whatever the hell that's about. But not that this movie has that much deep thought into it, but from what I've read, it's supposed to be they're destroying their image, that they're so manufactured that they'll do anything. You want them to be in a Western movie? Fine. You want us to be in a war movie? Do commercials? Whatever you want us to do, because according to the critics, we're not even a real band. We're just people. We're actors. So do whatever you want. I don't know if that came through in this incoherent mess. Jack Nicholson compiled the movie soundtrack, which that I knew.
Okay.
And then he personally walked around putting stickers up for this movie. Just a sticker that said head. He put it on telephone poles and wherever he could and tell everyone who would listen that this is the greatest movie ever. Now you know not to believe him. Supposedly, if this don't have done well, they were going to make a second part. And the tagline would have been from the people who gave you head.
Was it called Throat?
The studio was afraid if they pushed that the Monkees were in it, it would hurt the film. So they didn't mention them at all.
Oh.
They were kind of hoping that you'd go, I want to see what this movie Head's about. I don't know nothing about it. And then you'd go. But nobody did that. So
backfired.
Yeah. Beginning of the movie, the girl that kisses all four monkeys was Jack Nicholson's girlfriend at the time.
Oh God.
The black box that they're in was a real thing. When they were filming their TV show, they'd get bored while they were setting up the next scene. So the studio built this box for them to go in and hang out and supposedly study their scripts, but they were really just, smoking a little bit and playing music. So that box is where that came from.
That makes more sense.
The big guy, Victor Mature, the guy you're talking, the big tall guy, the big Victor, is meant to be a dig at RCA Victor, the record label. There's no opening credits.
No, there wasn't.
Wow. The Coca-Cola company threatened to sue because they didn't really care for that whole scene with Mickey beating up their machine, but they never did. Probably because they realized like 5 people saw the movie, so it didn't matter.
And we're 3 of them.
Peter whistles "Strawberry Fields Forever" when he walks into the bathroom. If anybody caught that or not. The diner scene where Peter punches a guy dressed like a woman.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson and Dennis Hopper are sitting in the diner.
Yeah.
They probably didn't want their faces shown.
I saw him come in that one scene, Nicholson, where like when they like stop it, they stop the thing and they're like, "Hold on a minute, this doesn't look good for my image" or whatever.
So the director wanted to make 5 easy pieces, and the studio said he could make that if he made this Monkees movie, which probably explains why he probably didn't give a shit about it. But he directed the Monkees TV show too, or created it, so he was pretty much done. He was done with it, like time to move on with my career. So maybe that's why he made a shitty movie. The scene where Davy's dancing, black background, and he's sort of dancing.
Yeah.
The girl dancing with him is Tony Basil.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Mickey.
Hey, Mickey. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew she was old as fuck, but I didn't think she was that old.
Yeah. Les Claypool of Primus. You guys know who that is?
Yes.
I'm not a big Primus fan.
Neither am I.
He said Head is his Bible. He loves this movie. Yeah. It came out 2 months after the show was canceled. That probably didn't help it either. Yeah. There's a Criterion Collection version of it on DVD. I don't know why, but
yeah.
Maybe.
I am very glad I didn't buy this for like $45. I'd find you and strangle you.
Well, what are you guys gonna rate it?
Just because it has the Monkees in it, and I love the Monkees, I will give it a 1.
I didn't expect it to get a 1. I was gonna say 2. I mean, I like the songs and I like the Monkees, so that's a point for me.
Yeah, I'll say just because I was more entertained than I was in Halloween 3 or Howard the Duck, and we'll throw in there was a haunted house or something in there at one point, so I'll have to give it a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good. I know.
So if you stumble upon it on YouTube, you can just keep going.
Unless you're curious to find out if it really is as bad as everyone says, then yes.
Funny.
Wow.
All right. Well, so next week we're going to have a special episode of our show. We're going to celebrate our 6-month anniversary, where we're going to run down our 20 favorite films. And that means to each of us what our favorite movies are, not like the best movies ever made or anything like that, just personally what we like. So I can't wait to see the comment section for those. John, you want to talk a little bit about your podcast?
Yeah, We Like Wrestling podcast. It's 4 guys sitting around talking about wrestling, past, present, pay-per-view reviews. We do tournaments, current events, anything wrestling related. We talk about it. We're on Spotify, Apple iTunes, wherever you find podcasts. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We Like Wrestling podcast.
All right. And of course, for me, you can subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/westside of 515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTruePaylist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WesAlist.
And me,
Until
I
next time. What?
And me, I ain't got shit. So.
Nice. Until next time, truth out.